Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Early free agency shows Cowboys are getting younger. Reflecting on his career, when he retired the first time after 15 years with the Dallas Cowboys in 2017, tight end Jason Witten said things happened over a long period of time all of a sudden. Last week, future Hall of Fame guard Zach Martin retired after an 11-year career with the Cowboys. This week, defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence agreed to a 3-year deal with the Seattle Seahawks. Together, they were the longest-tenured Cowboys, Dallas' first and second-round picks of the 2014 draft. Their departures, however, were not surprising. There had been rumblings of Martin's retirement going back to 2023, and Lawrence was going to command money the Cowboys would not want to match for a 32-year-old defensive end coming off an injury. The longest-tenured Cowboy is now quarterback Dak Prescott, a 4th-round pick in 2016. The second longest-tenured Cowboy is special teams ace C.J. Goodwin, who came to the Cowboys as a free agent in 2018. The third longest-tenured Cowboy is safety Donovan Wilson, a 6th-round pick in 2019. They are the last players to have played for coach Jason Garrett, whose last year in Dallas was 2019. As the Cowboys remake the roster in Brian Schottenheimer's first year as coach, it's clear they will be younger. Martin is 34. Lawrence turns 33 next month. Cornerback Jordan Lewis, who signed a 3-year deal, $30 million deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars, turns 30 in August. The door is not shut on potential returns of wide receiver Brandon Cooks, 31, or linebacker Eric Kendricks, 33. Cook still has his speed, and Kendricks led the Cowboys in tackles last season, but it's possible both could be elsewhere in 2025. So far, the Cowboys have added 6 players from other organizations in free agency and trades. The oldest is defensive lineman Solomon Thomas, who turns 30 in December. Cornerback Kaiir Elam, picked up in a trade from the Buffalo Bills, turns 24 in May. Linebacker Jack Sanborn and running back Javonte Williams turn 25 before the season begins. Guard Robert Jones and defensive end Peyton Turner are 26. Overall, the Cowboys were a youthful team under coach Mike McCarthy. They will be even younger under Schottenheimer, especially factoring in the drafted and undrafted rookies who will end up on the roster. Schottenheimer praised his coaching staff when meeting with the media at the NFL Combine in Indianapolis. He liked the mix of NFL and college coaches. His staff is young, too. Schottenheimer is 10 years younger than his predecessor, McCarthy. Offensive coordinator Clayton Adams is 42, 9 years younger than Schottenheimer, who held the offensive coordinator title under McCarthy. Defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus turns 55 in May and is 13 years younger than his predecessor, Mike Zimmer. Special teams coordinator Nick Sorensen turns 47 in July and is 4 years younger than his predecessor, John Fassel. Last year, owner and general manager Jerry Jones used all-in to describe the Cowboys' approach. Before free agency this year, Executive Vice President Stephen Jones said the Cowboys would be selectively aggressive in their approach. Cowboys draft looks a lot different after first week of free agency. Well, after a week of free agents getting signed left and right, the Dallas Cowboys once again have showed all the fans they simply don't care enough about winning football games. After clearing all the cap space they did last week, they have done nothing in return in making this football team better. While you go around the league, you see team after team getting better every single day. The Dallas Cowboys have gotten worse, actually. With the NFL draft in about a month, the Cowboys pick 12th, and with the moves that some other teams have made via free agency, the outlook of the Cowboys draft may look a lot different. One team I hint at is the Chicago Bears, who picked 2 spots ahead of Dallas was probably prepared to pick an offensive lineman, but after their productive week, they know can take the best available player, and that guy might Ashton Jeanty. Jeanty is the guy many thought the Cowboys would take, but now I am not so sure. At this point, I have no idea what this front office is going to do. They will probably draft some guy who is a project and wasn't supposed to be drafted until the second round. They are looking to beef up both the offensive line and defensive line, and sure, they signed Solomon Thomas, but he is a role guy. They also added a guy from the Dolphins on the offensive side, but now I think they have to wait to get a running back in maybe the second or third round and go a bigger need. Derek Harmon, a defensive lineman from Oregon, fits the bill if he is there. Harmon does a lot of things well and would help give the Cowboys help with Osa Odigizua. He would fit nicely in Matt Eberfluss's four-down defense. He's likely never going to be a high-end sack guy, but Harmon can stay on the field because of his ability to affect the run and pass. This idea has really flipped from a week ago, when the front office cleared as much space as they did. Like, why even do that if you don't plan to do anything at all? They could have signed the players they have this week without making more room, so what is the point? Now they are going to need to lean on the draft, in which they probably won't even get the player that everyone thought they would 2 weeks ago. That is because teams have been active in free agency and filled what they needed to fill, while the Cowboys front office is sitting back acting like this won't fail for the 500th time in a row. Not only did they not doing anything, they also traded for a CB who is not good at football. Dallas traded for Kaiir Elam, a former first-round pick of the Bills. They traded a 5th and 7th round pick. He won't even be on the roster before the regular season starts, and if he is, this team is in serious trouble. Jerry Jones is adding former first-round picks for cheap because they did not work out on other teams as his form of free agency, and it is not going to work. I don't know what else the Dallas Cowboys can do, but this isn't it. Trading for former first-round bust that will never pan out is not the move, Jerry, and another attempt at doing it your way is going to fail. It is getting funny. Cowboys trading with Titans for LB Kenneth Murray. The busy day continues for the Dallas Cowboys when it comes to acquiring talent in free agency. They have made a trade to acquire veteran linebacker Kenneth Murray from the Tennessee Titans. This is their third signing on the defensive side of the ball on Wednesday, to go with trading for cornerback Kaiir Elam and signing linebacker Jack Sanborn. Murray is a former first-round pick of the Los Angeles Chargers back in 2021. In his 4 years there, he registered 321 tackles, 5 sacks, 2 interceptions, 10 pass breakups, and 1 forced fumble. Murray would sign a 2-year, $15.5 million deal with the Titans in 2024 after the Chargers didn't pick up his 5th-year option. He amassed 95 tackles, 3.5 sacks, 2 pass breakups, and 1 forced fumble before going on injured reserve late in the season. With Murray and Sanborn on board, the Cowboys have done a good job of adding depth to the linebacker spot, which was much needed with DeMarvion Overshown recovering from an ACL tear and Eric Kendricks being on the open market. And you, fan? What do you think about Kenneth Murray Jr.'s situation? Write to us in the comments.